Sure. All right, cool. So we're recording. So, all right, guys, hope you guys are having a good day. I think it's Wednesday. I'm not sure exactly what day it is, but I wanted to make sure that you guys were all plugged in. If you guys haven't really seen the schedule, make sure you guys save that schedule, set it as your screensaver, or set alarms or whatever. We try to remind you guys within, an hour or two before we do these calls. But, a lot of these calls that we do are really to help you guys in every way that we possibly can. All these calls, like the call that we're doing right now, is on top of everything that FXE offers. It's just stuff that we kind of like to do out of the kindness of our heart to make sure that we're helping you guys out, that you're staying plugged in, that you guys are really getting a lot of benefit out of having this team. So, like the schedule shows, I'm going to go ahead and if you guys need this, let me know, and I can actually, you know what, I'm going to drop it in the chat right now so that you guys can see it. All right, so here's the schedule, guys. I just dropped it in the chat. Make sure that you guys save that. So like you see, we have opportunity calls. The opportunity calls, basically what that is it makes it so that, if you have prospects that are interested and you're too nervous to talk to them, or maybe you don't want to ruin anything, you want to make sure it's explained correctly, let the experts do it for you. We do the opportunity calls, and we basically go over Forex, we go over FXE, and we have everything explained for you so that you don't have to do it. Now, if you have prospects that are very interested, maybe you send them the Rise With Us link, send them a video, something like that. So they're really intrigued. Maybe you made a Facebook post or something like that, and they're like, hey, tell me a little bit more about this. Just say, hey, look, I'm actually super busy right now, but we're actually doing a call at 9 p.m. Eastern. Some of the experts in the company are actually going to be going over everything and answering all your questions for you. So here's the link. It starts at 9 o'clock. Go ahead and hop on. Then they hop on, and then, we answer all their questions for them, explain everything for them. And it's just extremely, extremely duplicatable. The MBS calls, marketing, branding, and sales calls, just like today, this is something that you guys can all hop on here and be able to learn how a lot of these leaders have been able to build businesses, on social media, cold market, warm market, how to brand yourself correctly, how to make the right post, how to get engagement, and how to be able to build a business that, eventually builds itself so that you can enjoy your time with your family, so you can be making money and pay your bills while you're at the park or while you're doing things, and really truly, understand the blessing that life is once you realize that once you gain the time freedom to be able to actually do what you want to do in life. It's an extreme blessing, especially when you go from something that I used to do. I used to work almost 80 hours a week, between 70 and 80 hours every single week. And now all I do is Forex and FXE. I work from home. I've been able to do this for 2.5 years, and it's definitely a blessing to be able to have, the time freedom that I do. So I wish nothing but success for all of you guys. And I want to make sure that you guys know that we're here in every sense of the word if you guys need any help whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this, guys. So first off, what we're going to go over, I'm going to go over a few things, and Cody's going to go over a few things. I'm all about duplication. I've been in several different network marketing companies. Every company I've ever been in, I've built it into the hundreds. And people are always like, man, how did you do that? You must have a lot of friends. You must know a lot of people. And honestly, 99% of the people that have joined all of my businesses, I've never met in person, or I had never met before I met them on social media. And a lot of these people think I was in their inbox just blasting them, hey, join my team. They all came to me. My previous business, I built a team of almost 300, and I only inboxed maybe three to five, maybe. And the rest of them all came to me, and people are like, man, how did you do that? And it's all about creating a duplicatable system. Now, guys, I got to tell you guys something from the beginning. One thing I've been seeing constantly is people bashing 9-to-5s, people talking crap about other niches, other occupations. Guys, you got to cut that out. You can't be bashing other people. Some people love their job. Like my fiance, she just got here from work. She's a nurse. She absolutely loves what she does. And guys, we could win the lottery tomorrow and she would still want to be a nurse. You guys got to stop bashing that. I saw probably 10 people today bashing 9-5s, bashing corporate America. Yes, you can compare what you're doing and compare an entrepreneurship lifestyle, but you got to understand that some people love what they do. So that's a big thing, guys, is when it comes to social media, a lot of people, that's my specialty. That's what I'm kind of going to go over with you guys on how I've created duplication, how I make it extremely simple. And I've closed over 85% of the people that I talk to. This week, I've closed every single person that I've talked to. The very first week that I was in this business, I recruited 15 personals within the first 4 days. And it's not because I'm better than you. It's not because I'm great. It's not because I'm a genius. It's because I figure out a way that makes it so duplicatable for the average person to respect what we do, so that they feel like, oh, I can easily do this. So how I do this is I try to relate with everyone. I don't make just posts about making money. I don't make posts just about Forex. I don't just make Facebook posts just about, loving what I do or bragging about my profits or anything like that. You gotta, every single time you're about to make a Facebook post, you need to try to be able to relate to the average individual that's going to be reading your post. Okay. So how you want to do this is before you make a post, read it first. Read it as if you were the prospect and you were like, okay, if I was to read this, would this intrigue me enough to inbox this person? Guys, another thing is you got to stop posting about random crap. I see so many people make great posts, but then they post 10 other things that have absolutely nothing to do with anything that nobody cares about after that. So what happens is you make this rock solid post and then you post 5-10 things after it. And then your post gets hidden at the bottom. So nobody sees it because you're posting so much other stuff. So guys, if you're going to post stuff, don't be that guy or that girl who posts something random on Facebook that rather starts drama. Guys, I know a lot of you guys you love all that kind of stuff. But guys, don't post stuff just to start drama. You want to talk about stuff that is positive. People follow positivity. You want to people like my buddy Jonathan. I don't know if he's on here or not, but my buddy Jonathan was posting like 10 things a day, all the time, about just random crap. And I told him, I was like, man, you got to cut that out. I said, start posting stuff that's positive. Start posting stuff that's intriguing to people and makes people like, why is this guy so happy? What's this guy doing? I see he went from posting, all this crap complaining about his life. Now he's posting about how much he loves his life and the people he's surrounding himself with. And, the new opportunity he's doing, he's making Facebook Lives, he's making videos. And guys, it doesn't have to always be about business. It doesn't always have to be about that. And guess what? This guy went from, having 0 people inboxing him, asking him what he's doing, to having 3 to 5 people messaging him every single day. What are you doing, man? And this is where people get scared. And this is where I feel like myself, I'm not trying to brag by any means, but I have this down pat. People get very scared when someone inboxes them and says, hey, I just saw your post. Tell me about this Forex thing. Okay. Now, this is exactly what I do every single time. I've been, ever since I've been in FXE, I have never had one person not get on a call with me. I haven't closed every single person on the spot, but every single person has talked to me on the phone after they've inboxed me. And how do I do this? Because a lot of your guys have asked me, a lot of people are asking me, Matt, I have people inbox me, but when I send them the information or I talk to them about it, they fall off the face of the earth. That's because you're giving them too much power. You're giving them too much power. You're needy. Do not ask people to join your team. Don't say you should do this. The power has to be in your hands. Why? Because you have what they want. They don't have what you want. You're doing them a favor by letting them be a part of this. And that is the honest truth. You don't need them to make money in this company. This is not like a regular, I'm not going to bash any other companies, but a lot of other companies, they sell skincare, they sell, protein powders and stuff like that. Maybe they're great companies, but for a fact, you cannot make a full-time income without recruiting people in those companies. In this company, you can make a full-time income just off the products alone. So you guys have to remember that. Stop begging people to join your business. Have confidence. You have something great here and you're willing to do people a favor to give them this opportunity. So how I do this is, let's say I make a Facebook post that's intriguing. If you guys want examples, go look at some of my posts. Go look at some of Cody's posts. Go look at Zach. Yeah, Zach's a beast too. This guy's been learning so much. He's been one of my day ones for a long time. Go look at, if you guys, there's a lot of leaders on here. I'm not trying to pick out anybody just in general, but I'm just saying some of the people that have what you want, if there's people on this call, or maybe your upline, maybe people are bringing in people left and right, and maybe you're talking to 10 people a day and you still haven't recruited one person. Don't look at it like this. Some people say every no leads you to a yes. I hate that saying. If you're talking to 20, 30 people and all of them have said no, you're obviously doing something incorrectly. We need to switch something up. You know, if I talk to 2 or 3 people and 2 or 3 blow me off, I figure out why those 2 or 3 blew me off and figure out how to make sure that I'm closing at least half of those people. So easiest way to do this is lead with confidence. Lead with confidence. I don't care if you've made $0 in this business or you've made $1 million in this business. You're going to make it. Why? Because you took initiative to start. And if you've got the tenacity, the mindset to stay in this, you're going to make it. All you got to do is practice until you learn how to be able to do this correctly, because you have the vehicle, you have all the products you need, you have all the steps that you need to be able to make it. You just, hold on, we got a couple of things in the chat. Okay, so true. Okay. But yeah, guys, right into this. So how I do this is it, let's say I make a Facebook post that's intriguing to someone. Maybe it's about my family. Everything I post, I'm extremely blessed. Hey, guys, can you mute yourselves, please? So everything that I post, I'm always talking about how grateful I am. I'm always talking about how blessed I am. And I always try to hit people with emotion. I've been in sales for a long time. Cody's been in sales for a long time. People buy on emotion. People do not give a crap if you drive a cool car. People do not give a crap if you say you're going to make all this money. People rather want to see the proof in the pudding, or they want to see what you can do for me. And another thing, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. You can't treat people like a dollar sign. Do not just instantly hit them up the second that they met, or the second they accept your friend request, and pitch them on FXE. Do not pitch. We don't pitch in this business. We educate. I ask, Jonathan. Jonathan's on here. Me and Jonathan hit it off right from the beginning. Why? Because I didn't pitch him. I showed him what we had here. And I asked him specific questions to see if he was the type of person that I wanted to have on my team. He had a great mindset. He had a very caring attitude. And I knew that he was going to be a great individual to have on this team. So I told him that if this was something he decided he wanted to do, I would be more than happy to let him join our team. Why did I say it like that? Because I do not just let anybody join my team. And you guys got to stop treating this like this. You want to have people that are leaders on your team. You want to have people that you're not going to have to babysit. And when you lead on these calls, or you talk to people with that mindset and that verbiage, people are going to respect that, okay? People don't want to be convinced. People don't want to be pitched. All you need to do is when someone hits you up after you make a nice Facebook post that's intriguing, which I'm going to show you how to make one, what you need to do is, you're always in a hurry. Write this down. I'm going to give you multiple keys. This is extremely, extremely important. You are the sum of the 5 closest people to you. Exactly what Zachary just said. So guys, these are going to be some major keys. These are some of the biggest lines that I use that have worked for me for years, okay? I'm busy, okay? You're always in a hurry. I don't care if you're sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing. You need to value your time. I don't care if you're doing absolutely nothing. You're busy. You are. You know, nothing's more valuable to me than my time. So something you guys need to do is when someone hits you up, hey, Matt, I just saw your post. Tell me about this Forex thing. Hey, look, man, I'm actually super busy right now, but I'm going to send you over some info real quick. Once you check it out, I'm going to call you in about an hour, and I'll be able to answer your questions. I can't promise you anything. But I'll see what I can do. Think about how much different that sounds than if someone hits you up and says, hey, Matt, tell me about this Forex thing. I just saw your post. Hey, man, I'm free all day. I'd really love for you to be on my team. You'd be great at this. Watch this video. I want you to join my team. You sound needy. The way I said it sounds like a job interview. Which would you rather have? People want something that they can't have, right? So think of it like this. If I just said that to them, they hit me up, and all I said was, hey, man, I'm actually busy right now, but I'm going to send you over some information that's going to make it, that's going to explain everything to you. I'll call you in an hour. They're rather going to say, okay, I'm not going to be able to watch it within the next hour. How does 5 work? Or they'll say, okay. Whenever you lock in that time, right before you call them, message one of your upline, one of the sponsors, myself, any leader that you know that has credibility, and you message them and say, hey, I'm about to call my buddy. Are you free for a 3-way? When they say yes, all you do is you call that person and you say, hey, what's going on, man? Break the ice, whatever. Say, hey, how's it going? It's going great. And this is what you say. What was your favorite part of the information I sent you? Do not ask them, did you watch what I just sent you? because it sets it up for something negative. They could say something negative about it, or they could say, no, I didn't watch it. So you say, what was your favorite part? You're assuming that they watched it. If they say, hey, man, I didn't get a chance to watch it, this is what you're going to say. You're going to say, hey, man, it's not going to make any sense for me to explain this to you. Watch the info, and I'm going to call you in an hour. All right, sounds good. Or if they did watch it, and you say, what was your favorite part? And they say, hey, my favorite part was the entry trader. I like how you can make money hands-free. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but this is what I found out. Always agree with them, okay? They're always right, okay? So this is what you're going to say. If they say, hey, I like the entry trader. I like how you can make money hands-free. I know how you feel. I actually love the entry trader. It's making people crazy money. But I'll tell you what, I don't want to ruin anything for you. My mentor, I actually just got off the phone with him a little bit ago. He'll be able to answer more of your questions. I don't want to ruin anything for you. Let me see if I can get a hold of him. He's actually super busy. Might not be able to get a hold of him, but let me see if I can. Hold on one second. You hit add call. Call me, Cody, whoever. Hey, Cody, I got my buddy Matt on the other line. He's seen the information. He really likes the instant trader. I'm going to merge the calls. Sounds good, buddy. You merge calls. Hey, Matt, I got my buddy Cody on the other line. Hey, Cody, do you have a second to share your story and answer any questions that Matt has? You hit mute, let Cody do the rest. How simple is that? How simple is that? So simple. All you did was made a Facebook post, which I'm going to show you exactly how to make in just a second. All you do is make a Facebook post. They hit you up. You were busy. You sent them information. You called them, asked them what their favorite part was, agreed with them, and put it over to a three-way call. That simple. That's how I build a business of hundreds of people in every company I've been in. Now I'm going to show you how to make a Facebook post, and then I'm going to pass it over to Cody because Cody's a genius when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So I want you guys to be able to hear from him as well. So how I make Facebook posts is, if obviously you guys should have a smartphone, but these are the main apps that I use.
Put the password again, Jesse.
What's that?
No, sorry. No, nothing.
Is that Jonathan? How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but these are some of the apps that I use. PixArt, Camera 360, Splice. There's a couple of them on there. I can send some more screenshots and stuff like that. Cody has some other ones as well. But you want to make sure if you're going to make a post, it needs to have a picture if you're really trying to get engagement. Okay. Once you build a following and stuff like that, people know who you are. You don't always have to post pictures. But how you want to do this is you want to make a picture that's intriguing enough to make people want to read the words. Okay. How you're going to do this is you're going to make a picture that is like, of you doing something. If you're going to talk about how you're so lucky that finally you found something that you're going to be able to spend more time with your family. Maybe your family is the most important thing to you. First, you got to find your why. You got to find something that makes you get up in the morning and want to do this. Why did you get started? Was it so that you could spend more time with your family? Was it so that you could pay your dad's medical bills? Was it so that you could retire your parents? It's got to be something so strong that you will never give up no matter what happens. Okay. So when you find that, what you need to do is you need to make a post maybe with your family. Make sure you edit it with the filters to make it bright. You can superimpose another picture in there or something like that. If you need help like that, we can all help you with that. And then make the words, make something. If you need help with the words, we can help you too, but make it to where it's intriguing. Before you post it, make sure you read it as if you were someone else reading it. Put emojis in there. If you're going to post something long, split it up. Don't make a 4-paragraph post with no spaces in between, and throw emojis in there so it's eye-catching to your eye, okay? So other than that, I'm going to pass it over to Cody. I'm going to mute myself. I hope that helped a lot. We're only going to stay on here for a little bit of time, but he's got a lot of knowledge I know that he's going to be able to drop for you guys. So guys, please pay attention to what this gentleman's about to say to you guys. Cody Beggs.
Yeah, guys, what's going on? Matt really touched on a lot of stuff right there. It's hard to come after that. But here's the thing, guys. Exactly like he said, you're not pitching people. You're simply informing them, right? I've been in several companies, and in every single company, I've always been able to recruit, right? And you're talking about a guy that has a fucking face tattoo, right? By default, you shouldn't be able to trust me, right? Like, that's just what people think. It's fucked up, but right, that's what people think. They think that you shouldn't be able to trust someone with a face tattoo, but I'm still able to get people to join my team. I'm still able to build that relationship, build that rapport, right? I'm always been able to close the sale, and that's because I simply inform people, right? Yeah, we do have a couple little sales tips and tricks here and there on how we say things, right? And what things we don't say, but there's no like special sales formula that's just magically going to get someone to buy, right? It's simply just showing that you care and you genuinely, believe in what you're doing and believe that it can help them, right? B, informing them, and then C, answering every single one of their questions so that they don't feel like you're hiding anything from them. You have to be completely transparent. You have to be open, and you have to have integrity, right? And when people can see that, regardless of if you have a face tattoo or not, they're going to buy from you. Like, you literally just have to inform people and show them that you're honest and integrity driven, and they will trust you and they will run with whatever you're telling them to run with, right? And again, at the end of the day, I could close, 30 people a month, but that's not going to build me a team that's going to bring me an income that I desire, right? Matt could close 30 people a week, and that's not going to bring him an income that he desires. What is going to create that income that you really desire is, like he was saying, is duplication. Duplication is everything. If you don't have duplication in your business, you have nothing, right? I actually saw a post from someone today. It said, if you still are the upline, you haven't created duplication yet, right? You need to get your teams to the point that you're able to step back, throw your phone in the water, and go live on the beach for a month and still have your team growing. That comes from duplication. And duplication comes from getting on these calls, learning these tricks and tips that we know, learning, all of these different, learning all these different tactics that we have, and then getting people on these three-way calls, getting people on these opportunity calls, right? Because this is something that everybody can do. I've gone through hours and hours and hours. I mean, I honestly probably thousands of hours of sales training. I've gone through fucking hundreds, excuse my language, but I've gone through hundreds of hours of marketing training, and it's not something that you're going to learn overnight. You're not going to learn sales overnight. You're not going to learn marketing overnight, right? But by using this system that Matt's talking about, by, giving someone just a little bit of info, sharing a video with them, making sure that they actually watched it, getting what info they liked about it, and then getting them on a three-way call, that's going to create duplication in your business, because you guys can do it. When you sign someone up, we teach that person exactly what you just did, and they learned that also by going through that process, and they're able to do it. And it's something that the newest person who came on an hour ago can do. Right? This isn't rocket science. This isn't something that you're going to have to go to Harvard for. This isn't something you're going to have to do thousands of hours of sales training for, right? This is something that you're able to do immediately out of the gate. And that's incredibly important, because we don't have time to sit there and train every single person, with thousands of hours of sales training and marketing training. We do get on and we do train people. We do, help people grow. We give them resources. I send people sales trainings all the time that I have access to, like Jordan Belfort's Straight Line Persuasion. Anybody wants that, I got you guys. Send me a message. It's a $2,000 sales training. But at the end of the day, what's really going to grow your business is this simple system of getting people on three-way calls and getting people on these opportunity calls, and making sure that you're staying plugged in with these calls, because these calls are what's going to grow your knowledge. These calls are going to motivate you to get out there over the next 24 hours and invite as many people as you can onto tomorrow night's opportunity call, right? We have an opportunity call tomorrow night. Who's going to get people on? Who's going to get the most people on, right? If you're that person that's getting people on consistently, whether or not those people are closed, which they probably will be if me or Matt are talking, you're gonna grow your business. And we'll teach those exact same people, or we're gonna teach those people exactly what you did, and that's gonna create that duplication and that momentum, so that you can throw your phone in the water and go live on the beach for a month and still make even more money than you did the previous month, right? Duplication is everything. Just keep it simple, right? There's no magic formula to how to close a sale. There's no magic formula on how to make a Facebook post. We can show you guys and give you guidance, but at the end of the day, just keep it simple, right? Just get people on these opportunity calls, get people on the three-way calls, and your team will grow, right? And at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants trading money too, and don't get me wrong, but majority of the people in multi-level marketing, they also want that residual, because residual is a blessing. I mean, trust me, when you spend a week sleeping and you still get a check at the end of the week, that's honestly one of the best feelings in the world. And I've done it before. I was sick earlier this year. I had strep, and I spent most of the week just resting. And guess what? I still got paid. Why? because I taught people, and I did it myself, how to do this simple system, right? And what we're telling you guys, this isn't anything different than what we have done. You know, when I first started network marketing, I got people on call after call after call with my upline, right? We were doing opportunity calls every single day. In fact, we were doing home events every single day, right? And if you don't bring people to these opportunity calls, you don't bring them to the home events, you don't get people on three-way calls, your team's not going to grow, right? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you can learn how to sell, it doesn't matter if you can learn how to market, you're not going to grow your team fast enough to a point where it's sustainable that you're going to build that residual income that you really desire. How you're going to do that, again, get people on these calls, right? That's the biggest step. Trust me, like, just get people on these calls. Your team will grow. We'll help those people get people on these calls, and their team will grow. And that's when the momentum hits. And when the momentum hits, that's when your team starts growing to the point where you don't even realize that people are popping up in your structure. You're like, oh, who's this guy? Let me connect with him, right? That's another thing too, guys. I was going through my structure yesterday, my entire structure, and I saw so many names in there of people that I don't know and people that, you know, aren't in our chats. If you enroll someone, you have to make sure that you put them in the chats. You send them the schedule. You get them plugged into everything. That's the biggest thing. Once you enroll somebody is get them plugged in, because if they're just sitting there and you just say, okay, well, here's MetaTrader 4, you know, here's your FXE live site. Good luck, right? That's not going to do anything. If you want to be lazy, right, that's fine. But at least be lazy and get them plugged in. At least get them plugged into the system so that we can help them if you don't want to help them, right? Because I'm willing to help every single person on my team. Every single person on my team that shows that they want it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you have a face tattoo. I don't care if you're from Africa. I don't care, you know, if you're 80 years old. If you show me you want it and you show me that you have the passion, the drive, and the motivation to do it, I'll help you. And I know Matt will too, hands down, no questions asked. I'll speak for him on that one, right? So at the end of the day, just seriously, get people on these calls and plug people in. That is what's going to grow your business. There's nothing else that's going to grow your business faster or create a more sustainable business for you. I mean, I can say it 100 different ways, but just get people on these calls, guys. So, I mean, with that being said, you know, I don't want to overwhelm you guys with information, because at the end of the day, like I said, just get people on these calls. It's that simple. I'll say it again. Get people on these calls, right? So with that being said, you guys got any questions, we'll answer them. You know, I want to make sure that you guys do have all the resources you have, you know, all the information that you need. So, I mean, hit us with questions. This is your opportunity to ask us anything you want. I mean, you can always ask me anything you want, but ask me right now. Feel free to unmute yourself.
Hey guys, one problem I seem to run into, and it's been this way for me for quite some time now, feels that no matter what I say, I always feel like I'm constantly presenting myself as a salesman, and like no matter how genuine I actually am, I always feel at the end of the day that I feel like I'm selling them something, which is something I want to avoid entirely. Being a salesman is the last thing I want to be considered as. How do I get out of that particular vibe that I send off?
There's two ways you can go about that. One, show that you care. If you show that you care, you know, you show that you genuinely are interested in who this person is by asking them questions about who they are, what they've done, where they've been, where they want to go, right? That shows that you genuinely care. But also at the end of the day, I had a conversation with someone about this too. I used to do phone sales, right? And I would get on the phone sometimes and people would ask me immediately, is this a sales call? Fuck yeah, it's a sales call. You're going to buy something too. Like, if you try to hide the fact that you're trying to sign someone up, you're trying to sell them, like, that is going to show that you're hiding something. They're going to sense that. It's like how a dog can sense fear, right? Embrace it. You're fucking selling them. And excuse my language again, but I'm serious. Like, you're selling them. That's what it is. Don't try to avoid it, but also show that you're serious and you care. Just because you're selling them, you know, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That doesn't mean that, you know, you're trying to get a dollar out of them. That's not what that means at all, right? And people just kind of get that connotation from like car salesmen, right? Because car salesmen, that's all they want to do is fucking get you into a car. They don't care which car you get into. They just want to get you into a car, right? But here, we care what you're getting into, and we care about your success. We care about your future. We care, about you. I want to know who you guys are. I want to know where you've been. I want to know where you grew up, right? And that's the thing. We're in the business of building relationships with people. So if you show that you actually care, it doesn't matter if you're trying to sell them. It does not matter if you're trying to sell them if you show that you actually care. And Matt may have some other words to say about that, but that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree. Everybody presents it differently, but like I said, for myself, I do it a little bit different. You're going to find what works for you, whatever kind of works with you, just go with the flow. Every one of you guys has your own type of value that you guys provide. You might talk to somebody different than I do. I might talk to somebody different than you do. For me, I pretty much, like I said, do everything exactly the same. I do literally 99% through Facebook, or if it's in person, somebody asks me a question, I say, hey, look, man, I'm actually super busy right now, but I'll send you over some information. If I'm in person, I meet somebody at a coffee shop and they see me talking, trading Forex on my phone. Hey, what is that? It's a Forex. You know what Forex is, right? They act like everybody knows what Forex. No, I don't know what Forex is. Pique their interest a little bit. As soon as they ask you a question, I'm actually busy right now, but what's your email? What's your Facebook? I'll send you over some info. When they check it out, say, hey, I'm going to send you some info and I'll call you in an hour to answer your questions. When you call them, keep it simple. Put it over to a three-way. What I always do, like I said, the keywords I use, I can't promise you anything, but I'll do you a favor. People love that because if everyone can do it, it doesn't get them as excited. But if you're doing them a favor of maybe giving them a position, man, this guy's hooking me up. Like I've literally had people go around and tell their friends, dude, I might be getting this awesome job. Like I'm super excited about it. And then I get on the phone and then it's a done deal. Because there's literally people who spend $300-$400. Like my fiance, she spends $500 on her uniforms to be a nurse. And that's her uniforms. Like $200 to have all of this, $200 to be in a $5.3 trillion a day education platform.